So a lot of people have been asking me about upgrades of the power supply of the HP Pavilion gaming desktop, the Warm-Up Special that I have several videos made already. A lot of questions related to this as what kind of a graphics card I can upgrade to maximum to achieve maximum possible FPS and have a higher grade gaming configuration. And without further ado, I'm gonna show you what I grabbed and what I'm planning to get to test with this computer. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Hardware Sense. My name is Ivan, and today we're gonna look at some of the results I achieved with this little guy. This is the EVGA RTX 2060. This is the XC version, kind of the highest clock version of this specific series with the only one hydraulic fan and shorter body. This is one of the strengths you have with this specific case. You should stick around the length of about 8.2 inches, and this one fits perfectly that description. It actually is shorter, so you have more room to go with. Grab one of those from EVGA. Great little card. We have the 2.5 thickness with a a lot thicker radiator. Only 8-pin connector right here that we can use with our 400 watt platinum power supply. But yeah, this is a great little card. The only negative, at least aesthetically, it's the lack of backplate. But that's okay. It doesn't really, help or make it worse with the backplate. It just looks better. But at the same time, this specific case has no window, so who's gonna look at it, right? So yeah, this is what I'm gonna be using for these tests. Spoiler alert: this card is absolutely great, but at the same time, don't expect anything amazingly more above the 1660 Ti what you have. Again, power supply absolutely fine, doesn't even turn on the fan. So the next thing I'm gonna get and test is gonna be the RTX 2070, one of those mini cards that's gonna fit the same profile, and I'll see what kind of power drain I can get there. I'm also gonna test the next one with kilowatt, see how much power we actually draining for the whole system from the wall. But again, this 400 watt platinum power supply actually is gonna be good enough even for the 2070. If you go to HP site and look at around the configurator, some of those exact machines can be configured all the way up to 2070 Super with the same power supply, so you can see that there's plenty of headroom there for this. So yeah, let's get into the testing. You're gonna see some of the game tests, and then we're gonna move to the conclusion. And we're gonna jump right into Fortnite. By default, the game suggests epic settings, so we're gonna go with that. We're not gonna change anything. Obviously, if you're a professional player or you're doing tournaments, you're not gonna play on epic, but just for the sake of the testing and to compare with a 1660 Ti, we're gonna keep it at epic. And right off the bat, you're gonna see you're getting above 100 frames per second, touching 120 to 130, which is very good actually. About 10 to 15 FPS more than what we had before with 1660 Ti. We're getting a very good consistent frames. Quite pleased with the performance here, but again at the same time was pleased with the 1660 Ti as well. And as mentioned, not a massive difference between both. I killed 2 people in a row. That's impressive for me. I don't play this game, so yeah, no problem with that. Next thing on our list is going to be Far Cry New Dawn. We're going to run the test with the similar settings we had with the 1660 Ti, of course. Everything on high. The only thing I'm turning off is the motion blur because it's something I really don't like. And I'm sure none of you guys are playing with motion blur on. Again, we're seeing very similar frames to the 1660 Ti, nothing overwhelmingly bigger than what we had before. Yep, slightly here and there more frames, but again, nothing massive. But hey, if you don't upgrade, if you have the money, why not, right? 2060 is a good option, 2060 Super, 2070, and let's see the final results now. We have 95. So last test with the 1660 Ti was 90, 95, so we have only 5 frames per second gain, nothing spectacular. Moving on to the Tomb Raider. Again, I'm making the exact same settings to match what we had before with the 1660 Ti. Despite the fact that the game suggested is higher, I lowered it down just to match exactly the same, so we can more accurately compare both results from 1660 Ti and 2060. Again, very good frames, above 100. That's what we're seeing with the 1660 Ti as well. Of course, this game benefits somewhat from RTX as well. So if you wanna, get the RTX cards, put it in and benefit from that technology, yeah, that's definitely an option. With the 2060 or the 2070 or the 2060 Super, you can use for this specific configuration. Without it, that's why I'm running the test without it, so you can compare more accurately with previous tests with the 1660 Ti. I think a lot of you guys will be really interested at the results of my cooling upgrade that I did from the stock cooling to the site Big Shuriken 3. Absolutely amazing upgrade. Not easy to be done, but when you are done, you're gonna really like the results. So stay tuned for that video coming up. But yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Good results again. I'm seeing very consistent frames, even with a lot of NPCs here on the test, and I'm predicting again 5 to maybe 6-7 frames on average more than what we have on 1660 Ti. Let's see the final result in a second. And there he is. 99 FPS, that's good. I think last time we have 90, if I'm not mistaken, so that's about 90 frames. Not bad, not bad. That's close to 10% from what we have before. Last game on the list, PUBG. This is what I'm constantly playing pretty much all the time. And for the sake of testing, we're gonna leave everything as the game suggests. That's what we did last time. Everything in Ultra. And let's jump right into the training mode, see what kind of frames we're gonna get here with PUBG. Still very notoriously unoptimized and really not benefiting a lot from RTX or graphics cards or anything like that. But over 100 FPS right away, very good results, and most of the time this game consistently stays over 100 FPS. Keep in mind this is an Ultra again. If you are playing competitively, obviously you're not going to keep it an Ultra, you're going to lower a lot of these visual settings, you're going to tailor it down for your specifications. but most people take almost through the bottom, the foliage, a lot of other, you know, visual pleasures, and they leave the most essential things, just the draw distance. So you're gonna be getting definitely over 144, 150, 160 FPS with this card, which is quite good. So definitely we can see improvement compared to the 1660 Ti, but at the same time, nothing massive. You're not going to be like, wow, this is something I really need. I must spend all that money for 2060. All right, guys, as you can see, the 2060 RTX 2060 from EVGA, the XC version, performed excellent, stayed in a relatively good temperatures, delivered roughly about 5 to 10, depending on the game's FPS performance over the 1660 Ti, which for me is not that much. Realistically, if you're buying it new, unless you sell the 1660 Ti, it's not really worth it that much. It's a big investment for a little gain. I'm gonna see how all the games are gonna perform with the 2070, the RTX 2070. Probably we're gonna gain a little bit more FPS as well. But again, the judgment comes with, is it really worth it for you? Do you want to spend the money for it? Let's say you sell the 1660 Ti for about $200. You can throw another 200, let's say, and grab one of those minis, the 2070 minis from Zotac, or who else is making it? ASUS, some other companies as well. And throw that in. My predictions are we're gonna have another 5 to 10 FPS depending on the game gain, which now becomes more significant compared to 1660 Ti, but at the same time, you're spending a lot more money. So it really depends on you. And of course, if you got this computer for $399 instead of $499, like I did, a lot of people did $399, obviously you have that room for extra upgrades. Another upgrade I'm gonna show you on a later video, which kind of took a long time because I needed to find the right fit, is the upgrade on the cooling. I managed to install a 12mm cooler and radiator. This is the Sight Shuriken, Big Shuriken 3. Great performance. At the same time, it was kind of a challenge to install it, but stay tuned for that video coming up. You guys are gonna see it. That's pretty much it. If you're new, subscribe, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, stay tuned to the channel, and as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.